Hey guys, what's up? This is Jay. Alright, this is part 2 on Hollywood and viewers suck. What does that mean? Well, it means that sucky movies keep coming out and it's all our fault. We say that we want to see a movie that's new and fresh. Well, first of all, obviously it's always a new movie that we're seeing in theaters, except for whenever they re-release a movie, because the movie was made recently, then obviously it's new. But, I know that's not what they mean. And then a fresh movie, what is your idea of fresh? Well, maybe that's something that you need to maybe be able to go to, like, a website for, like, lionsgate.com or something like that. Any one of those, what you call them, companies that make movies, go find a website like that and go look in, like, the contacts section. Go, like, contact us and stuff like that. I'm not sure if lionsgate.com has something like that, but most websites that are of businesses and companies and stuff like that, most of them, let me see, gotta fix my camera, okay. Most of them do have, things like that. And anyway, yeah, that's one thing that we need to start doing, because the reason why these sucky movies come out is because it's made by people that are already in the Hollywood business. And I know that there's people such as me that have really good ideas for movies, and we're not in the acting business or the Hollywood business. Hold on, there's a low battery in my thing. Okay, we're not in the business, but we've got good ideas for movies. So here's a couple of my ideas. These are not necessarily specific movie ideas, but first of all, stop putting comedy in every frickin' movie you make, because you don't need comedy in every movie you make. I mean, comedy doesn't have to be in everything, So, especially not horror movies and zombie movies. You don't need zombie comedies. Another thing is, can't you go back to the basics with zombies? Please, make zombies that get brought back to life by voodoo or something like that. Not always a rage virus or rabies or mad cow disease. First of all, rabies doesn't make a person that violent and stupid like a zombie, because, zombies are stupid. I mean, not all the movies. I just mean zombies are not smart, obviously. And another thing is, yeah, make zombies that are actually dead. And another thing is, mad cow disease also doesn't make people mad or insane. It makes them retarded, then it makes them paralyzed, then they die. That's what happens, and it takes about a month or so for that to happen. Another thing is, it's another thing, yeah, okay, another thing is, start having movies that have a little bit more, let's not go with that, but bring back slasher movies. I don't mean let's make a remake, let's make a reboot, let's make a reimagining, let's make a knockoff. I mean, let's take some inspiration from older slasher movies from the 80s and stuff, and make a new slasher movie with one killer throughout the movie. Not these newer movies that have multiple killers, okay? We all know that remakes suck. Every last remake on the face of the earth sucks. I mean, some of them might be good if you've never seen the original movie, but most of them, what's it? I forget the name. The zombie, not the zombie, but usually they think it's a zombie movie, but it's really about demons, and it's got Ash in it. So, I know the name until I start talking about it. Okay, you know what I'm talking about. It's got Ash and the demons and stuff like that, and the Necronomicon, the Book of the Dead. It's got that stuff. I always forget the name whenever I start talking about it. You can make zombie movies. Well, that's not a zombie movie. I'm sorry. That's scrap. That one might have been good. I didn't see it because I don't support remakes at all. And, that's another thing. We all say we hate remakes. Well, then why do you go watch it? The other thing is, don't watch a movie that you know you're going to hate just so you can make fun of it. Because then they're going to be making more money off of the movies that everybody hates. And they're not going to make a movie that we actually like because we thought it was a good movie. Not that we liked because we thought it was really bad. Another thing is, whenever you make a horror movie, you don't have to put dope-head teenagers in every movie you make, alright? You don't have to have, the parts where they get all drunk and smoke dope and all this other stuff, And, they don't have to constantly, I'm not all like, oh no, I can't, I hate, all the cussing and all that, it's so horrible. No, I'm just saying it's not really necessary, because it doesn't make the movie any scarier with constant cursing and profanity on all this. It doesn't make the movie any scarier. Obviously, the humor that they try to add in every last horror movie they're making nowadays, obviously the humor doesn't make the movie any scarier, and if it's a horror movie, it's a horror movie. Horror comedies are just plain not real horror movies. They are violent comedies. That's all they are. Not true horror. Another thing is, just because you make a slasher movie doesn't mean that the killer has to be a psychopath. He can be mentally, delayed. He could be special or something like that. Another word would be retarded. He can, I don't know, he can have a brain tumor or something like that. He can have something wrong with him besides being a total psychopath. He doesn't have to be a psychopath every time. It doesn't. Another thing is, stop making them ridiculous zombie comedy movies. The first 3 million times you watch the movie, you're gonna love it. Oh, what a great idea. Let's take zombie movies, and let's take comedy, and we can cross-combine them. It's the most amazing idea in the world. It was like that the very first time we had a zombie comedy movie, but then later on, people just start calling it stupid. That's what happens. They had come up with this amazing idea for this new style of comedy movie, but then years and years later, everybody says it's stupid. That's what happens, okay? That's what happens, so just stop making it. And plenty of people think it's stupid from the beginning anyway, so, such as me, I don't like stuff like that. I don't like spoofs and parodies. Stop making all these spoofs and parodies of other movies. It's not necessary. It's not that funny the first few times you watch it. It's kind of funny to some people, not really me. And then, I never found it that funny. And then years and years later, we're all going to call it a stupid movie anyway, so why even bother? Another thing, we're going to hate the movie anyway, so, another thing is, why don't you bring back cannibal films? I've only seen one, which was Zombie Holocaust. Bring back movies like that. I don't mean let's re-release the movie exactly, and I don't mean let's remake the movie, reboot it, any of that kind of crap. But let's, make another movie like that one. Make another good, cannibal movie. I know that movie had a lot of zombies in it too, but it was more about cannibals than it was zombies. And by the way, this zombie t-shirt glows in the dark. It's pretty cool. But, not that that's really important, I'm just saying, statement. Okay. Bring back more cannibal movies, good slasher movies, good zombie movies. Don't put comedy in any of these horror movies that I'm talking about making, okay? Don't put comedy in them. You don't have to have comedy, you don't have to have dope, you don't have to have drunkenness, you don't have to have teenagers. You can have 30 and 40-year-old people if you want to. But please, don't put teenagers. It's a common horror movie cliche. You don't need to have the teenagers, okay? That's exactly what makes everybody laugh, is whenever it's a teenage victims over and over again. Everybody makes jokes about it, okay? And you don't have to have a blonde girl trip over a branch every time, okay? That's another unnecessary thing, is you don't have to have the tripping and falling with the hot girls and everything. You don't, okay? You can have hot girls in it, but you don't, but you don't have to have them trip over it all the time, can they be the one that actually survives the killing spree? They usually do, but, can you have, one chick in the movie and she be the survivor? Not, tons of hot girls, get killed, So, yeah, that's my ideas for movies, pretty much. Well, that's my recommendations for what I want to see in new movies. And this video is almost too long to post on YouTube, so see you later.